It's a blessing to me that we should meet. I'd like to thank each in a seat and everybody on their feet. A poetry story began in 2003 and with light speed has us in the now, right here on Podbean. We're hitting it off like 80s melodies from Aretha and Tina T. We're talking Respect that allows one to listen and for the other to speak. Now, if we seek, we'll find the poet that's inside. However, you should remember a poem doesn't have to rhyme. It can be a full page or just a few chat lines. But however you spend your time, whether you are grown or a child, right now, we are live. Welcome and good evening. Thank you for tuning into the Pod Poets Lounge Spoet Trivia Game Show. I'm your host, Naquel, and I am happy and excited that you can join me tonight. Always, I appreciate the support of this podcast. We started in 2020, and here we are. It's really been a blessing. Fun celebrating poets is the mantra here, if you're not already familiar. And that's what it's going to be about tonight. We've got some dope poets that are here to play. So wherever you are listening from, thank you very much. It is time to relax your mind and stimulate it at the same time. We are officially back for season 2. This is our second episode, and we want you to know we're doing some exciting things. We just recently launched the t-shirt collection, Dope Poets That Play, so you can visit our website to check that out, and all the other things that we have going on there. Give us your feedback as well. That's always welcome. Yeah. I think it's time. It's time to get to our poets and introduce them. Like I said, we have an absolutely great show for you tonight. Miyana and the Masked Poet are here, and they are our dope poets at play this evening. So go ahead and give them a warm welcome to the Pod Poets Lounge. What's good, y'all?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Of course, it's an absolute honor. Miyana, you there?
I am.
I hear you. Okay. I want to make sure I hear everybody. So excited, maybe too excited. But I've really been looking forward to this. It's been a couple weeks now. So the group chat has the vibe and the excitement kind of bubbling. So we're here right now, though. This is it. The Masked Poet is a writer. He's a poet. He's a veteran, father, and spoken word artist. He transformed his trauma of his early childhood abuse into his book. And that is Greater Is He, which is a dope poetry collection that we're going to hear more about a little bit later on. Miyana is a writer, poet, and event curator. And she is the powerhouse, the brains, and the beauty behind Poetry on Peters, which is a poetry and live band fusion experience in Atlanta, Georgia. So again, just want to absolutely welcome them to the show. They are busy folks, but they know how to have fun. They want to have fun. Is that about right?
That is about right.
Awesome. How y'all feeling today?
I'm feeling good. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Mm-hmm.
Feeling good. Sunday fun day. Been relaxing all the way up until this moment, so I couldn't be better.
Oh, that's what's up.
And I am downing some hot chocolate / coffee so that I can give y'all this energy that y'all need today. But I am excited to be here, and I always appreciate the opportunity. So thank you.
You're very welcome, both of you. Thank you again for accepting the invitation. Y'all don't know me from nowhere, but here I am sliding in your DMs, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And like I said, you guys know how to have fun, so that's what we're here for. I'm going to match your coffee with my cup of tea here, okay? And we're just going to kind of rock out. I love bringing poets together. So you two, unless you know each other, and I don't, but you guys don't know each other, correct?
No.
First time. All right.
First time.
Okay. Well, the mission here is quite simple. It's to relax, kick back, and just chill. How does that sound?
Sounds perfect.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right, that's what's up. So we're gonna kick it off right now and actually just go ahead and get into the game. I invite everybody to play along in the chat. Join us in the fun. If you wherever you can listen from. Right now, you can listen from the Podbean app or from Podbean.com. Our players tonight are going to play 2 rounds of SPO trivia. Players win by earning the most points at the end of the second round. The first place prize is to get your work featured in Spilled Ink inside of the Ink magazine, which is one of the dopest publications, digital publications out there for poetry and spoken word. Shout out to the brother God's Ink Spoken Word who's holding that down. So let's get into it. Let's do a test question. Let's kind of ease into things. Not too crazy. You know, it'll be a multiple choice and fill out the platform a little bit. How would you say chickens motivate their kids? Is it A, they egg them on? Is it B, they get them excited? Or is it C, they crack them upside the head?
I'm going to go with B. They get them excited.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with B.
Okay. Well, you would know that there was no wrong answer on this one. This is not worth the real points, but I think I would go with they get them excited. Depending on the parented background, you know, you probably crack them. Yeah, I mean, it probably depends, but there's no incorrect answer. But that's what some of these questions will be like. Simple multiple choice. We're going to have a mix, maybe some true or false as well. So, guys, ready? Ease into things. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's start it off. We'll go right over to our first category, which is going to be word generator. Now, here in word generator, I'm going to give you some random group of letters, and I'm just going to simply ask you to create as much words as you can. It doesn't matter how many letters are in the word. Just do your best. A point for every word. And I'm going to give you about a minute or so to do this. See if we can get through a few of these group of mixed letters. Are you ready for your first group?
Yes.
All right, here it is. The first group of letters are C, N, C, B, Y, D, T, E. Now I'm going to play along to see what I can come up with. And let's give ourselves, let's say about a minute. A little suspense.
Are we putting them in the chat or we just tell you?
You can put it in the chat. But if you put it in the chat, just know that the other player can see the chat.
I'm not going to.
All right, I got one word. Okay. Okay, got another word. Wow, this is a hard group personally.
Yeah, it is.
All right. So we are done, and let's see how many points our players got. So our first group of letters yielded us what? Let's start with you, Miyana.
Mm-hmm.
What words did you get?
I have. Do names count as words? Like Ben?
Let's weigh this one in the court of the Pod Poets Lounge. Mass Poet, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, definitely, because these were some definitely tricky letters.
This is a tough one.
Okay. Not a lot of vowels.
I'm in agreement.
So.
Make sure I wasn't cheating.
This session is adjourned.
Okay.
I appreciate the weigh-in. Yes, the names count.
Okay, so do you want me to just count them up? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, count them up and then tell us.
9. Okay, I have Bi, Net, Ted, Ned, the number 10, Die, DYE, Ben, Bet, and Yet.
Sheesh.
Oh my God. All right, let me just go ahead and do this sound effect because woo, you came to play. 9 points out the gate. Wow. So the bye, how was that spelled? Which one was that?
BYE, like goodbye.
Okay, but not BY, right? You didn't get that one, right?
I didn't get by. No, I didn't. The BY.
Okay. So she got 9 points. That's a strong start. Okay. The
strong.
Mass Poet.
It's one of my favorite games, guys. I play this on my iPhone.
Oh, okay. So she got an inside track.
Advantage. That's why she went with the writing category. I can dig it. I like it.
Yeah, this might not be as fruitful as I thought. But I got 5. I've got the DYE, the BE, the BYE, the BY, and the BET.
Okay. Very nice with the BE. For some reason I didn't see that one.
Me either.
Okay. Oh, very nice. Well done. All right.
Not
And now we're gonna move over to haiku vibes. So, actually, should we shift there real quick? Haiku vibes. Let's do one more of these.
Okay.
Let's do one more of these. Good. Your next group is here. Q W F O E V as in Victor, U, and N as in Nicholas. Oh, and by the way, when I played along with you guys for the first group, I didn't do so well. Not even worth mentioning. All right, so here we are. You guys have those. You see them, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let me go ahead and get this timer going. Okay. This time, let's start with you, Mass Poet.
All right. I got Foe, F-O-E. I got Fun, W-O-N, O-N-E, N-O, W-O-E. I don't know about this one, but Q. Now. Oven.
Q-U-E, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And then oven and on.
Oh, nice, man. You got oven out of there. And on. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. I got 10. Let me count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I got faux, fun, 1, no, whoa, Q, now, oven, on.
Okay. Gotcha. 10. All right. Nicely done, sir. All right, and Miyana.
I had to come out the gate, but he probably got 15 or something.
He did good. He did good. I don't know. So I got faux, F-O-E, fun, 1, W-O-N, woe, W-O-E, wove, W-O-V-E,
Nice.
uno,
Ooh.
now, of, we, and the other one, O-N-E.
Okay.
But I think he got me. I think he got me.
That was a top.
Nah, but you already started off with 9 though, so you had 19. I'm still at 15, so you got me.
Yeah. But that was very well played.
Well played.
No, he got Q. That was a good one. I didn't even think about
Yeah,
that.
that makes sense. Oven. Okay. Well done, y'all. Okay, let's move over, shift a little bit. Relax the hands, put the pens down, and let's listen a little bit more. I always think that as poets and artists, it's important to be able to pronounce your words, articulate, deliver, but it's so also important to be able to listen, right? So I've come up with this category just so we can do that. I had a guest that visited the show and they spit something. So this next game is called Spit It on a Visit. We're going to play this clip. I need you to put your listening caps on because the questions are going to follow. And we're going to stay in this category for a moment. We might listen to it a couple times. Let me know when you're ready.
Ready.
Okay.
So I'm ready to jump in when y'all ready for me.
Let's go, Eclipse.
Yeah.
Woo! All right. So this one the pace will be just a smidge faster than the poem I shared with you. So it'll flow better, but I'm sure you can still follow along with me. All right. So no turning back. I'm in too deep. I try my best not to make promises I'll fail to keep. Can't trust my shadow because it stalks me closely on the creep. Feel evil lurking all around me while I'm trying to sleep. I'm on the edge, feeling down and out, about to take a leap. Someone come find me because I'm lost like one of Jesus' sheep. There's consequences to our actions that we're forced to reap. Anything costing peace of mind is just a price too steep. So many things weighing me down, so where do I begin? Satanic world and wicked demons trying to lure me in.
All right. You heard that clip, and now your questions are going to follow. Everybody ready?
Yes.
Ready.
Okay. First question. Hey, what was your favorite line in that piece?
What was my favorite one?
Mine was the price was too steep.
Okay. What
I
about you,
would
Miyana?
do it word for
If it costs you peace of mind, the price is too steep.
Too steep. Yeah, that was good. I liked. Oh Jesus, I'm so bad at recalling. I just closed my eyes and was listening.
I can dig that.
Okay. I think he said something about like so many pressures weighing him down. I don't know the line after that, but I just
Okay.
closed my eyes and just started listening after the second line.
Okay. and what you're saying is that the journey that you went on, along that journey, there was that moment within it that really stood out to you, even though you can't remember the line per se. That moment hit you. I appreciate the feedback on that. That was, one of our dope poets at play here at the Pod Poets Lounge. And that question wasn't worth any points, but this one is.
Wow.
Who is the poet? What was the poet's name? It was said.
I believe it's
I'm going to give you some choices.
Okay.
Is it? Are you good? You good? Was it A, Eclipse, B, Mr. Whispers, or C, Colin G. Smith?
Eclipse.
Hey, yeah.
You got Eclipse, okay. Well, clearly you guys are good listeners because that is correct. All right. Moving right along. Wasn't too bad, right?
No,
Shows that you heard, you caught it. That was only said once. Let me see if you caught this though. On what episode of season 1 was this piece shared by this artist? Was it A, episode 21, B, episode 17, C, episode 6, or D, episode 30? You've got 10 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm going with B.
We have B, episode 17. Unfortunately, that is not correct. This one was episode 21.
Wow.
Good job.
Did anyone get that one? See,
No one got that one.
no one got that one. Okay.
I thought it was 17 as well.
Okay. So we gotta pull that sound effect back somewhere. I'm gonna edit in the podcast. Take that back. You gotta earn those. So. All right. Moving right along. There was a line in there, and I want to know. This is the question. What word in the first line? Rhymes with weep. What word in the first line rhymes with weep? Was it?
Oh.
I think you need help. That's a good guess. It wasn't keep, although keep was one of the words.
Yeah, he had so many words in there. Sheep was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was doing a lot. So, yeah, I have no clue.
Deep.
Not the first line.
Deep is correct. You got it, Miyana.
That was my first guess. I should have went with my first mind.
Yeah, you're gonna get that point. Well done. And then within that piece, in the beginning, he was explaining a bit. What word did he use that was a synonym for the word small? You catch it.
A synonym of the word small.
For this, I'll play it one more time for you guys.
So I'm ready to jump in when y'all ready for me.
Let's go, Eclipse.
Yeah.
Woo! All right. So this one the pace will be just a smidge faster than the poem I shared with you. So it'll flow better, but I'm sure you can still follow along with me. All right. So no turning back. I'm in too deep. I try my best not to make promises I'll fail to keep. Can't trust my shadow because it stalks me closely on the creep. Feel evil lurking all around me while I'm trying to sleep. I'm on the edge, feeling down and out, about to take a leap.
Did you catch it? Smidge, says Gemini. He believes it's the word smidge. Do you guys agree?
I didn't catch it.
Okay.
I agree with Gemini.
Well, if you do, you are making a good move because he is correct. Yes, the word was smidge.
She is
Well
killing me.
done. We have
Being like a trusted source. It was
It seemed pretty confident, right?
yes, it was the confidence that really pulled me to the answer there.
I thought about it, but then I was like, so I didn't want to.
go back.
Yeah.
Next question. After listening to that one more time, there was a word in the second line. What word from the that should be the second line. So let me correct that. What word from the second line meant to offer? You remember?
To offer.
Starts with a P. P is in Papa. Giving you guys a hint. No? Fail to keep. It's another hint. Whoever
Promises.
says it first. There you go. I'm going to give it to you.
Thank you. I needed that.
You get it.
I needed that.
All right. And this line here, I need you to repeat this line to yourselves and tell me how many syllables are in this line. This was the third line. You can count it and I can play it again for you. How many syllables? First one to give the answer.
I'm ready to jump in when y'all ready for me.
Let's go, Eclipse.
Yeah.
Woo! All right. So this one the pace will be just a smidge faster than the poem I shared with you.
Okay.
So it'll flow better, but I'm sure you can still follow along.
1-5?
Yeah.
All right.
That is
So
incorrect.
no turning back. I'm into.
Give them to me. Because I have 14.
I have 14 too.
Y'all are probably right. I probably just missed it.
Can't trust my shadow. Cause it stalks me closely. I'm at 10.
Yep. On
the creep.
Did you? So shadow was in there by mistake? I mean, not
no,
my. You had two
the extra my. Yes. So if we take out that extra my,
then it'd be
in fairness
14.
for everybody, then you would have had the 14. Okay. He got it. That's correct. He would have got it first.
Congratulations.
Yeah, well done there as well, my friend. Nice. Very, very, very well done. I love it. A solid game. You guys are not playing. Neither is the support in the chat. Appreciate it very much. Yes. As always, it's a platform for poets by poets, and this is what it's about. It's about having fun. So continuing in that vein, I wanted to shift a little bit and get into a little bit of dialogue, actually about games. Yeah, do you guys like play games, video games, or are you too busy with work, life, children? Like, what's your situation when it comes to games?
I like games.
I had childhood issues, so it's a forced for me to play games. It's kind of like I got to throw myself into it. It's not something that, comes naturally. Card games, I do some card games, and sometimes I can lose myself. I don't have a video system, but I bought one a couple years ago. So sometimes I can do that, but lately I haven't been doing that. I've been just chilling. But games, like I said, it takes me a second to get into that childlike mentality. So it's still tricky for me.
I know you we've talked about it a bit. You've been on the show in the past, and how you've kind of just brought that into your poetry. When you sort of met poetry, how much of a role did that play in sort of creating that relationship? The actual trauma and that experience, how much of a role did it play in you writing poetry? Oh,
it will probably be greater than 100% if we could go outside of 100%, because I never really wanted to deal with my stuff. So poetry kind of gave me an opportunity to. I never spoke it out loud, other than what happened when I was a kid, and for me to say it as a grown man, poetry gave me that opportunity. So it was like, all right, here we go, and here it's out here, and now it's in a book, and now everybody knows. So that's where I would say over 100% for me. Okay.
Speaking of the book, where can listeners pick up the book, check it out?
There's a couple of places, actually 3. There's a bookstore in Texas that is in, local bookstore. They'll send it out. You can slide in my DM, and I'll send it to you. It's only $20. Only $20. Yeah, only $20. You send me that. You slide in my DM. You send me that Cash App, Zelle, whatever, and I'll mail it out to you. Sign it, and put some inscription in there. And then, of course, lastly, but I'll take the money anyway. But you can pay Jeff Bezos and go on Amazon and get it. But that's like the least recommended
preferred way.
Yeah, that's the least preferred way. But I understand it, because in this day and age, scammers and everything. So trust is important. So if you want to go on Amazon, you can Google it on Amazon, and it'll come up.
Awesome. Be sure to check that out, everybody that's listening. It's called Greater Is He, correct?
Yes, Greater Is He. And the author name is Kerry Kinlaw. And my IG, of course, is _the Mask Poet. So if you want to slide in my DM, DMs are open.
I'm going to share that later on as well in the chat here. Oh, of course. So speaking in the same line of games, how about you, Miyana? Do you either play video games, card games? Do you have time for games? how do you navigate games in your life?
I like games. I don't really play video games. I don't really have time to play or the system to play video games. But
Did you used to?
Yeah, a lot.
Super Nintendo? What kind of games?
I had a PlayStation 2. I had a Super Nintendo. I had a GameCube. I'm the oldest of four.
Yes.
So we had a very active, a lot of kids,
A lot of fun time.
Yeah, we would incorporate little, one of the greater things from my childhood, we used to incorporate game nights once a week. Just for the whole family. So we're all just really competitive, really big gamers. So I try to make time for them in my adult life when I can, like on my phone or something. But yeah, I'm a fan of games. I'm really competitive and I like to have fun. So it doesn't, it's cool.
Definitely.
But don't get me in a like a real game, because I'll bring out my big competitive spirit and I'll go all the way. So it just depends on the setting. I'm cool. Yeah, cool with it.
That's what's up. I feel like poets are so multifaceted, so dynamic, and we're people at the end of the day. So for me, the concept of like the spotlight and performing and that always kind of came with a little bit of pressure, and I wanted to create like a more laid back, fun, different type of experience specifically for poets. So that's kind of how this was born. So the way that it's been received, it's been really, really phenomenal. People accepting the invitation. Well, thank you. It's poets like yourselves that really make the platform what it is. I got dope poets at play, so we're doing it like that. I wanted to ask you a little bit, speak to us a little bit about being an event curator and the work that you're doing there.
Yeah. So my event is called Poetry on Peter. It's a bi-weekly poetry event. We have live music, drinks, and just kind of the reason I created it is because I felt like there was a big community for singers in Atlanta. It's an entertainment place. So there's a community for singers, actors, dancers, models. And it's almost like poetry is like that lost art. It's still here, but the environments that I've been to are very much like we have our favorites. And it might be intimidating for someone who's trying to get started. And for me, nobody looked like that in my family. Like, I don't really have any creatives that went the lengths to put themselves out there, I guess. So it was important for me to create an environment that was comfortable, that felt like family for seasoned people and beginners. And that just that you feel comfortable. Comfort is so important to me. So that was really, my main thought. And just having something that was strictly, like I have a strict policy. There are no singers. There are no comedians. This is a place for poets to be amongst other poets and to network and to just be comfortable. So that's why I started.
I love it. Absolutely. And commend and salute and just lift you up for the work that you're doing. It's such a service to the overall poetry community. Poetry in and of itself just like gives back so much to the world and the balance of things. I appreciate what you're doing, and congratulations as well on having that platform and being in a place of service to poets, to others. And being able to do that, it's a dope hat to wear, man. When you're creating opportunities for growth, personal growth, professional growth, really like hard salute, if there's such a thing, like a hard salute to you, Queen, for doing what you do. Most definitely.
Can I ask a Gemini question?
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for that question, Gemini. He said, what would you say were some obstacles you faced when developing your show? Is that for Peter, Poetry on Peters? Yeah, can you answer that for us, Miyana?
Yeah. Well, really, the first obstacle was just doing it. Just getting it, getting it done. I have done events for years, but after the pandemic, I was out of the game for like 2 years, and I didn't even know if I still had the courage or the grit to handle something like that. But once I got going, the biggest obstacle for me was one, just to keep it, brief. One was telling people my vision and knowing when to be firm in my vision and when to accept other people's opinions on what it should look like. That was kind of tough because these are people that are not in our community. They're not poets, and they're thinking, maybe about money or something like that. And I had to be firm on what I wanted this to feel like. I didn't want it to be a gimmick. I didn't want it to be, inauthentic. So sometimes I just had to be firm. And other times I had to be like, you know what, that's a great idea. Let me incorporate that. And you help me to do that. And then I would say the last thing that is still to this day a big obstacle is, I'm an artist, and I feel like my art goes beyond my poetry. It's in my event. Like that event is a baby to me, and to allow it to grow like a child would, allow it to have certain days where it's not right, or have certain days where it's, people, I had about 3 shows in a row where people just wouldn't show up. Like after the first 2 events, like we had a little dry spell, and I would cry going home, like just cry my eyes out. And, but I just kept going. And now that we're like 5 months in, that was like maybe 2 months in, we have consistent sold out, building. But if I could have gave up, because it was very discouraging to put it out there and people, don't think people see you or appreciate you. So that was really it. Just being consistent and knowing when to receive help and when to kind of be firm and say, I think I know what's best for my community. And that's really, really it.
Wow, that's a beautiful response, and thank you for that question, Gemini. There was so much nuggets in there, very insightful, Miyana. Yeah. And for you, Carrie, if we kind of take that question and apply it to your journey in kind of like writing your book, were there any obstacles in kind of getting your work out there?
I think there's still obstacles, because it's really like what Maya was talking about earlier. When you start, I've only been doing this for about 2 years. In April it'll be 3. That beginning, what I'm saying, like not trying to get into the cliques of poetry, not trying to be, into the, you want to be well known and renowned, but at the same time you don't want to lose yourself. You don't want to just be lumped into the old school poetry, you know what I'm saying? And I really like what Miyana said when she said knowing when to incorporate something and when to be like, you know what, be firm and be like, you know what, I appreciate that. That's a very good, observation, but we're going to continue on this way here. So for me, I think the obstacle is the poetry. The book is out there now. The work behind, I think, you know what, if I say it like this, I say the lesson that I learned is that writing a book for me is very easy. Some people find it very difficult, but for writing me is writing. I have hundreds and hundreds of poems now. But marketing yourself, thinking that you're bringing something that of a value, right? When they're so grossly populated, writers, when you start writing, you start realizing there's a lot of writers. So, thinking that your message, your story, your poem, the way you put these sentences together is, unique, and it has its own audience. So I think even in that, finding your audience, everybody's not going to like your poetry, right? Everybody's not going to relate. Everybody's not going to, but finding your audience, and I think that's a very good, obstacles. Those are very big obstacles trying to overcome. So, yeah, definitely.
Indeed. I can relate to that. I think that it's quite a journey, finding your voice, finding who you really are when it comes to poetry. I know it was for me. I was also influenced by poets around me. I was very much inspired by people who I saw. They were a little bit older, maybe just like a generation before me, and certain styles and certain things that they did. They made me want to think, or at least think like, oh, okay, that's how it should be done. It's definitely important to know what to take and what to leave on the journey to self-discovery, even as an artist. You mentioned something too, Miyana, which I definitely relate to, is sort of like putting something out there and feeling like you're not necessarily seen or appreciated, and how heavy that can weigh on you, and how discouraging it can be. And I can relate so much, because I've felt that. I felt that in virtual spaces. I felt that in physical spaces, in curating events and putting things together. So definitely, like, what it takes to just keep on pushing is the message here. Even when obstacles really show up, just keep on going. I did want to ask if I could get a poem from one of you. If anybody's ready or has a piece ready, Miyana, Mass Poet.
I'm always ready. So
Go ahead. Absolutely.
Well, this is, you know what? I'm going to do something, and it may, just for, I've been writing this piece. I started writing it yesterday, or maybe the day before yesterday, and it's not finished, but it is a phenomenal piece, I think, if I don't want to brag on myself. But when I put it together, you'll see it. It's not finished yet, but I want to share it, and I'm definitely open to, any feedback on the way ahead, anything that you might glean from it. I'm bringing it up right now as we speak. I go to my Google documents.
Good.
But here we go. Let's see. Okay. It's called "It's Giving Piecemeal." She cast her net wide. All these fish, husband fits the bill. But she wanted a la carte, like piecemeal, and he did what husbands do. According to Harveyisms, he ought to profess, protect, and provide. She didn't need his profession. She was already taken. She didn't need his protection. Her daddy issues taught her she was all she needed. She didn't need his provision. She was singing backup to be. Tone deaf and with shower acoustics, she was dead reckoning to Galinda Trene. She'd swear if you close your eyes, you wouldn't know who was singing. She didn't need a meal, just a side, a little amusement, a ride. He tried to be a husband, perfect he tried, but although she lied, her lying wasn't his undoing. It was the screwing, the wooing, the selfish soothing she was taking, already spoken for, was already spitting on another's law at war with her and her daddy issues. And this poem addresses the greed and the need for tissues. This poem is a Captain Save-A-Ho for trees dying unnecessarily, trees giving up their last limbs to the likes of him, to the likes of me with my mommy issues, my daddy's absence, my adverse childhood experiences, touching 8 of the 10. This tragedy isn't the first, the worst, it's again. These wounds aren't self-inflicted, just genetic code written in DNA, theories and theorem of nurture versus nature, molecules composed of 2 polynucleotides or chains that coil around each other to form a double helix. Genetic instructions for development, functioning, growth, and reproduction of known organism. This is a virus. This trumps a hand-me-down of the worst president ever. You may have stopped listening. That last line was clever. I've learned to never say never, because in order to pen this letter, I've had to walk in shoes sizes too big to fill, stuffing boxer briefers. That's it. But that's kind of where I'm at right there. And that I really want to work that piece, because I think there's a lot in that piece. And but I love being able to write vulnerable. So any feedback would definitely be appreciative.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you first, Miyana, please.
I was gonna say I really like that line of that trauma line. It's not the first, the worst. It's again. I was like, because that's all trauma really is. It's just a kid inside of you just being affected by something over and over and over again. So I really like that.
It's a great metaphor.
You hyped it up actually exactly the way it needed to be. It was very good.
I appreciate it. Yeah, once I get through and get it, get it polished and everything and finished, then I think it'll be, where it needs to be at. But yeah, I was definitely when I put that line in there, I was like, where did that come from? But it was definitely a fire line, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, I liked it as well, man. I think the subject matter is deep, sensitive, touchy. There were a couple moments of real flow with the wordplay that stuck out to me. I think you said a line like greed, the need for tissue. That kind of hit me a bit, because that's tissue in terms of reference for pain, right? Drying tears. Yeah, that caught me. There was something you said, shower acoustic in the beginning.
When you sing in the shower. When you sing in the shower. So that's from my independent woman. So Kalinda Trene, I think her name, that's her real name, but what is it? I can't remember her stage name. Oh, it might be Kelly Rowland, but it's Kalinda Trene. Yeah. So but that's from independent woman. So I was trying to throw that in there as well. So
got you. Nicely done, man. The imagery caught me there as well. I don't think this is quite alliteration, but you did some runs with tried, lied, that I liked because you transitioned into like screwing and something like that somewhere in mid poem of what you delivered. I appreciated that. And then when you went into the genetic code, you started to kind of like paint that picture and then ended with virus. You pulled me in because I'm big on, melanin, melanocytes and melanoma and these things. And yeah, so I like that piece, man. I like where you're going with it.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mayana, did that stir up something? You have a piece for us?
It actually got me flipping through some pieces like, which one can I do following that? But I always like to preface that I never got the gift of the cadence of the spoken word artist. Never got it. So I kind of made my own little way to express myself in poetry.
That's what we do. So
just want to lead with that because I don't have the gift of saying it like that, but I love to hear it. I'm always so amazed when I'm in the audience, like at my show, listening to people, because I'm like, wow, my brain doesn't even formulate the word in that way, but it's so nice. It's such a gift. I really enjoy listening to that, by the way. I'm just taking it all in. But
we'll be the judge of the cadence here. Yeah,
right. You know what? Yeah. You know what? When you get disclaimer, let me just cut it here. When you get this disclaimer, this is about to be fire. But anyways, I'm not. Listen, go.
No, I think I got skills. I just wanted to say I'm not your traditional poet, but I was trying to decide if I wanted to go more on like the talking my stuff route or a more emotional route. But I guess I will, since I'm in a room with Black men, love you guys to death. I'll go to the route of
love you too.
A piece that I wrote in experiencing a Black man and his trauma, I guess. All right. And this is called Heart of Mine. Pretty short, but I think you'll like it.
You are checking out the Pod Poets Lounge. Catch our latest episodes at home or on the go via Apple, Google, iHeart, Spotify, Amazon, and more. Tell whatever device you give orders nowadays to play the Pod Poets Lounge and get the latest episode at your finger lips. Or is it finger. You get what I'm saying. Look, one of our special guests tonight will link up with the Ink magazine, and the other will connect with our second sponsor, CompuFix Solutions, a dope IT firm. Why you can connect with them? Because they dope. Now, who will it be? We will wait and see. Stick around for the second round of Spoet Trivia. For now, let's get right back into this dope piece from Miyana.
At nighttime is when we come alive. Spend a quarter of my days studying the words you say, seeing if I can catch the subtle clues of what you don't tell me. Waiting on your calls like waiting on summer days, trying to make sure that I don't fall head over heels and you're not there to save me. Don't say things I don't mean, so I don't say anything at all. Waiting on your cue to move, to love, to say what's on my heart. 1 hour turns into 6 as I sit and listen to you try to open up your heart for me. Several keys, the layers that lie underneath. What did this world do to you to make you hide yourself from me? No matter what, the powers that be always end up showing me what I need to see. Beautiful soul, I'm digging your everything. I wouldn't dare tell you this, so I let my paper sing. I express myself through ink, you express yourself through silence. No one gets to know your heart. But I follow your lead and try not to be your everything until your heart gives me the signal and I can let my feelings flow free. Because the one thing that I can't have is me loving you and you not loving me. Living in this heart of mine. And that's it.
Yeah. So she doesn't have what voice? What?
She used some C word, but I don't know.
Yeah. Definitely.
That was honestly, so Miyana, for me, the moment you spoke the first line, it had, there was something in your voice, and the first word that comes is just power. There was a power in just that first line in how you delivered it and gave it. So I felt it right away, and you pulled me in, and your words just did a number on me.
Oh, thank
and yeah, that was dope. That was really dope. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and the melody that we hear in your voice, like the rhythm that you have, you definitely do have a poet's voice, which is pretty cool. But your voice is like also a gift too. So yeah, I definitely feel what Naquel was talking about.
Thank you. I tell people I turn into an instant tenor when I start performing. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome, but I see what you mean when you say that you just you might think a certain thing about yourself, and it forces you to create your own thing, create your own voice and your own sound. That's what's up. That is what's up. That was a dope piece. So I'm gonna go into it. For me, I liked when you said the cue to move to love. I like that line, and it makes me think about women sometimes, their desire to know what a man or their man is thinking, when sometimes he's reserved, he's not really open, he's not talking about his feelings and stuff like that. And because I want to say it appeared in your poem, it made me think how perhaps common it might be. I don't want to ask too deep a question, but can you touch on that a little bit? Because clearly this poem is about what you want, but can't quite get, or have to be patient for it to be revealed to you, whether it's his love or, can you speak on this a little bit?
Yeah, I don't
Thank
mind.
you.
It's out in the world, and you can. I have an EP that this is on. That's on all digital platforms. If you would like to see, just type in my name. But what I would say, because the line was waiting on your cue to move to love, to say what's on my heart. I feel like as a woman who loves men, especially Black men, sometimes it's just that a lot of the times, it's just that he has never had the safe environment to express. So you're looking at someone and you're just like, okay, I'm going to stay here because no sudden movements. I want you to feel comfortable. And then it kind of grows into this, like, I'm waiting on you to understand that this is safe.
Wow.
And that was what this whole poem is just about. Being with someone that you love unconditionally, would never even pluck a hair off of his body. But the life and being a Black man, being unable to express yourself, being told not to cry or to express, you're watching someone kind of go within themselves and cause them more trauma by just not being able to receive love anymore. And that's really what it's about. It's just about a Black man not having the space to be loved anymore.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. Going into that a little bit. Really appreciate it. Yes. So moving over to just, I don't even know where to go with that. I just really appreciated that. Yeah.
Before we move, the thing that I think, the line that got me was, as a writer, we're known to be vocal and to be with somebody who may not use that vein or not even be as communicative or talkative. I like that line. That definitely made me think, because I think I take it for granted that everybody can communicate, like, or articulate like I can. And I take it for granted that this gift that I have, everybody doesn't get. So, sometimes you stumble over your words and you don't know how to say exactly what you want to say. There is things you want to say, but you don't know how to, like, put it into words or put it into form. So I heard that through the poem. But I definitely like that safe place to land. I always ask anybody that I'm talking to give me a safe place to land. I've been I've been at war all day. And when I come home, I want to be able to, I want it to be safe. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be still triggered, when I walk into the house and things of that nature. So that's definitely something that spoke to me. So that was beautiful.
Thanks, guys.
Very welcome. And I'm glad you stopped me from moving, because there was something else in this piece that stood out to me. When you also said, I just this line was just a beautiful line for me. You said, "Beautiful soul, digging your everything." Was that it?
Yeah, beautiful soul, I'm digging your everything.
Yeah. Very moved by that piece. Yeah, thank you again for sharing that.
No problem.
Blessing the space at the Pod Poets Lounge. That's what's up. All right, so let's see. Quick time check. We're gonna shift back to the game, if that's cool with y'all. Unless you got another poem on your mind, poem on your heart. Now's the time.
Let's get into
I'll give you one after the game. After I know if I lost or won. We playing with a game. We playing with a gamer, so I really, I don't feel bad if I don't come out on top on this, because this is something she clearly does.
Yeah. 21 points, Miyana, and the Mass Poet 18 points. And we are going to go ahead and get started into our next round. So let's do that. I'm going to let the Mass Poet select, and then I'll get back to me selecting. But I want you to get a feel, because you might have, preference at this point. Feel where you're stronger. Puzzle, writing, or listening.
Is the puzzle one the one where you do the tongue twister, or is that something you give us?
That is going to be puzzle. Yes, I'm going to give you the words.
I'm ready. I might not do as good as confident as I sound, but I'm definitely ready to see what this tongue twister is going to be about.
All right, and thank you for asking. I want to see what it's about too. Here we go. So in this game, again, the players challenge each other by saying tongue twisters and seeing whose tongue gets tangled the worst. And we're going to start with Miyana. So he's challenging you to say this. This is going to be, let's do 5 times each. This is going to be funny. We're going to do 5 times each. And the folks in the chat, I need you to help me here. Just type the name of the player that you think did it the best. Not who gets tangled the most. who does it the best. You ready, Miyana?
Yes.
Okay. This is your tongue twister. She sees cheese 5 times.
Okay.
You want to think about it a little bit first? Practice? I'll give you 10 seconds.
10, 9, 8,
You can say it in your
7,
head to yourself.
6, 5,
I'm trying.
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. All right.
Okay, go for it.
She sees cheese. She sees cheese. She sees cheese. Okay. She sees cheese. She sees cheese. That was
Okay.
so
All right, Kerry. You
She
go.
sees
Your turn.
cheese. CC cheese. She sees cheese. She sees cheese. She sees cheese. She sees cheese.
Weren't you cheesing the whole time? It makes you cheese the whole time saying that.
Yeah, it definitely does. Definitely had the blush going on over here. So got the hurting cheeks and everything.
Me too. All right, Gemini in the chat, you had a chance to listen to that. It was pretty close. He says it was really close, but we need you. We need you to select. So I might be able to help you. I don't know. There were a couple times the mass poet was saying "see" when he should have been saying "she" in the beginning. So you see, she. He was saying "see, she." So I don't know what that's worth. Come on, Gemini, give us. Unless I'm gonna have to do it, I might have to do this.
What does Gemini think? Because
Make your case to him. If you feel like
I mean, I think I got it out the bag. You know what I'm saying? I struggled a little bit, but I got it out the bag. But plead your case.
I think that the mass poet did better than me on that one. I really do. And I'm not even usually one of those type of game players, but I had to give it to him because I definitely was she, and she, shit.
All kinds of stuff is going on.
Wow. All right. So listen, we are gonna give it to the mass poet, but man, can we tip our hat to Miyana? Can we do
never
this?
gonna happen again.
I know. Hey, listen, record this. Keep this safe, because this is never happening. A gamer giving up a point? Wow.
First time. Okay. We are gonna go into the next words here. Okay, here it is. Next tongue twister, and we'll start off with the mass poet. Here we go.
Oh my Lord Jesus. This is the one. This is the one. Give me my 10 seconds. Jesus.
10,
I'm about to mess this
9, 8, 7.
I think you're gonna do all right.
5.
I don't believe
4,
you'll have to
3,
be at trial
2,
pleading the case
1.
here. I think
I don't know. Here we go. She sells seashells on the seashore. 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 She sells seashells on the seashore.
that's it. All right.
Let's go.
All right.
That was great.
Yeah. Okay, Miyana.
All right. Here goes nothing. Hold on, let me get my notes. She sells. Okay. All right. She sells seashells on the seashore. 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 She sells seashells on the seashore.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, we already know.
Wow.
We know who got that one. Good
Yeah,
job.
there was some magic on that.
Yeah, she put a little magic on it. She definitely put a stamp on that. We know. We understand.
Directing me. I had that hand up that was directing me with every syllable.
Oh wow, she got a game plan strategy. I don't think Mass Poet got a chance on that one. That last
Yeah, I
one.
know, but it's okay.
Yeah, bro.
But it's okay. I already got. Listen, I won one time. I already got my article in the book. So yeah, but I'm not giving up though. Just so you know. So
You should not, because I have another one, and one more after this. So this is for you, Miyana. Your tongue twister. The bluebird blinks.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. The blue bluebird blinks. The blue bluebird blinks. The blue bluebird blinks. Okay. The blue bluebird blinks. The blue bluebird blinks. The blue bluebird blinks.
That's it. All right, nice.
Very nice.
That wasn't bad.
That was nice. It's probably gonna be better than me. Here we go. The bluebird blinks. The blue bluebird blinks. The blue bluebird blinks. The blue bluebird blinks. The blue bluebird blinks.
All right, Gemini.
I got 3 of them out there.
I feel like you got that one. What do you say, Gemini? Yeah. Mass poet. All right. Yeah. Well done. And here is the final one. Indeed. 20 points versus 22 points at this time. It's a close game, folks.
So far.
Here's the last one. Puzzle. We're going to stick with this category and tongue twister.
Oh, man.
So we'll start with the mass poet. You got it.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
This one, boy.
He threw 3 free throws. 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 That last word was a little tricky.
That was really good. That was almost perfect, man. That was smooth.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm not playing no games. I need this. I need this because I'm not playing the games.
It's that cadence I'm talking about right there. I heard it. It sounded like that sounded like a spoken word of performance. Okay. All right, I'm gonna need.
All right, Miyana, it is your turn.
He threw 3 free throws. 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 He threw 3 free throws.
You got that one.
Yeah.
That blew me out the water.
Just by a smidge. I feel like it was a smidge.
Yeah, definitely a smidge. An eclipse smidge.
I never focused that hard in my life. Never.
That was nice. Well done, y'all. Overall, very well done. Okay. So let me give that point here.
Yeah, we know Gemini. We know. Yeah, she did. She definitely did. Pulled the ace right out of her sleeve. She's been playing with me. She's been playing with me this whole time. She's just, she gave me the first one, like, yeah, let me just go give him this one to get this one out the way. And then she was like, that last one with the killer, like, I'm just going to the jag.
Y'all are too silly.
So, right now, I think we have 23 points.
Yes.
For Miyana. And we've got 20 points.
Yes. That's both.
Okay. Want to make sure it's not 21. Just want to make sure.
No.
Double check myself there. 20 points and 23 points. Okay. I think the folks are enjoying the game. And we're going to switch over to another listening. And this one is listening for sounds abroad. So again, here we're going to hear a poem from a poet outside of the U.S. Sometimes it's in a different language. Sometimes it's in their native tongue. And then some questions to follow. Here we go. As always, just going to ask, everybody got their listening caps on and are ready?
Yep.
Got my listening cap on.
All right. Here we go.
Die baas van die plaas. Vir mami. Ek het 'n ouma wat net een taal praat. Sy vertel my stories van baas Willem en Dr. Metzler. Hoe goed baas Willem vir haar was. Sy kon altyd eers kies wat 'n ou klere sy wou hê. Sy vertel van myle stap dorp toe en hoe baas Willem haar voor in die bakkie laat sit. Baas Willem het gesê haar kinders hoef nie staan 'n 10 te maak nie. Hulle gaan mos op die plaas werk en help my die kinders grootmaak. Dr. Metzler het gesê, my ouma se kinders confuse hom. Hulle het immorality in hulle oë. Hy sê, my ouma kan dankie sê die laaste een is doodgebore. Daai een se naam sou Judas gewees het.
All right. So this piece, we're going to just share the poem here. And I'm going to play it one more time. We'll read along.
Die baas van die plaas. Vir mami. Ek het 'n ouma wat net een taal praat. Sy vertel my stories van Baas Willem en Dr. Metzler.
How good Boss Willem was to her. He always let her choose what old clothes she wanted. She tells of miles of walking to the town and how Boss Willem let her sit in front of the pickup. Boss Willem told her children didn't need to finish primary school. They were going to work on the farm anyway and help raise the kids. Dr. Metzer said my granny's kids confused him. They had an immorality in their eyes. He says, my granny should be grateful. The last one was stillborn, the one whose name would have been Judas. All right. First question. What exactly would you say, based on this poem, stings the most from this poem?
That last line.
Stillborn? Okay. The mention of the stillborn? Whose name would have been Judas?
That his granny should be grateful that the last one was stillborn, whose name would have been Judas. Yeah.
How about for you?
He's got two of them in there, I think.
I was gonna say that one, which I do think that the stillborn was like a big sting, but I couldn't help but to feel in in the beginning, maybe I don't know. For me, it was more so like she just didn't have much freedom. Like she how good Boss Willem was to her. He would always let her choose what old clothes she wanted. It just sounds like she just really didn't, like these two people or this person just always kind of proceeded her own.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. It's a very interesting thing, actually, when I think about it. These conversations I sometimes have around enslavement, racism, white supremacy, and just the way it works. One of those conversations sometimes what comes up is how those in the dominant culture, the dominant group, often feel that people who are not in the dominant group are in the place, like wherever they are in the place that they're supposed to be. So if they're impoverished, if they're poor, if they have some kind of place in society, they sort of like the idea of being able to control and approve or validate where those outside of their group are. I think
I could add something.
Yeah, please.
So the other thing that bothers me about this is not necessarily they do what they do, right? They do what they do. The supremacists, the elitists or whoever, they do what they do. But I think it's when the person takes the identity that somebody gives them. And then with like less than basic human rights, we call our masters good, right? With, we're not getting new clothes, we're getting old clothes. We're not getting, we're not getting fair treatment. We're getting a life of, like, no matter what school you go to, what education, this ain't gonna be fair. You're gonna go work the field anyway. And those types of things. And then there must have been some gumption of the nerve of her to think she had a little bit of gumption. Sometimes I think she overstepped. And so that's why he saw in her kids their morality, which was the fact that they didn't go along with the code. They was like, they were like the Malcolms, the Martins. You know what I'm saying? There was something about them that they had this little air of confidence. Like they were not going to be subservient to them. So that's kind of how I see that. That's actually that's probably it.
That's very interesting and quite powerful. It's like this idea of a threat, seeing a threat. Yeah, it reminds me of I think it's When They See Us. Was this film that came out? Takes me back. It takes me back to that. Very, very deep and heavy piece. I'm gonna tell you the poet because it's not one of the questions. This was a poem by. Follow-up questions coming up, so you can check out her work, Ronelda Kampfer, and this poem was called, as you would imagine, Boss of the Farm, or the God Complex of the Farm. I guess, yeah. I'm not gonna mess with her title, of course, but just the idea. Here we go, though. I got the question here for you guys from that poem. In the line, quote, "Help raise the kids," a kid is defined as what? Is it A, a child, or B, a baby goat?
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
both got B.
1.
That is correct. Yes. Nicely done. Your next question is, tell me, which country in Africa do you think the poet is from? Is it A, South Africa? Is it B, Yemen? Or is it C, Senegal?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I say A.
We've got B for the mass poet, and we've got A, South Africa, for Miyana, who is correct with that one. Did you know that one? How did you?
No, I just literally guessed.
That was a guess? Okay.
Because I went with B last time.
You gotta have your strategy.
That's a gamer.
All right.
You can hear her accent.
Her accent threw me because I thought it was going to be like B or C.
Okay.
I didn't know if it was going to be Senegalese or Yemen, but those was tricky. But good deal. Well played.
Yeah, that's why it's called Listen Up. Here is your final question from that poem. How old do you think this poet is? Imagine her story, what her grandma told her, how she internalized what her grandma told her and was capable of penning something like this that has us talking, and I'm sure we could talk for a while. How old do you think this poet is? Is it A, 15 to 24? Is it B, 25 to 34? Or is it C, 35 to 44? We've got B, we've got C, and we have A. We're across the board here. Fantastic.
I agree with Gemini, but I had to go against the grain.
Well, going against the grain sometimes works, as it did here. You are correct.
Very nice.
Give you that. Okay. And let's go over to Unscramble Me. Since we haven't quite touched that category yet this evening. And again, in this category, I'm going to give you the theme or the category of the word that you have to unscramble. So you're not creating any words. You just have to unscramble the letters to figure out what the word is. And here is the first one. Leeg. Category is television. What is the word?
Glee.
Glee?
Glee.
Oh, it is
That
Glee.
is correct.
I was looking like
You got
Let's go. Let's go, ladies. Let's go.
Well done. All right. Just a word here. Okay.
Glee.
Category is animals. And the word is
Oh, kitten.
Oh my goodness. I need to tighten up.
You got it.
Let's go.
Well
Let's
done,
go.
sir.
Come on. Are we tied yet? Oh, she still got me by one.
She's at 25. You got 24. Yes, sir.
All right.
I can't let. I gotta step it up.
All right, here we are. Now, this is from the category celebrity. Tell me what you think the word is.
Eclipse.
No. The word is backwards. So,
Oh, Skip Lee,
Spike Lee is correct.
Exactly. Look at you.
She got it.
Look at you.
Here is your next one. I don't expect you to necessarily know this, but if you have a young 4-year-old, you might. Here is your word. It's from the category.
Oh, yeah, Doc Mcstuffins.
Oh, that's a tie. You can't expect me to decipher between that right there. That's a tie.
Yeah,
That was-
Doc
that was
Mcstuffins.
close.
Absolutely. And I got a little girl who's 3 years old. Absolutely.
Yeah, my
All
brother.
day.
My brother's a baby.
All right. So we are at 26, Mass Poet, and 28. Okay. So we're about, we're good on time. How about this one? What is this?
Haiku.
She got it. I heard you. I heard you. The Mass Poet. It was
Yeah,
kind
I
of
did,
low,
I did.
and she was
I
just
didn't get it.
so confident and
She was
quick,
just
man.
She was
Yeah,
dumb.
it was both.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, man. Whew, bro.
She was ready. She was ready. She ain't playing with
No,
me.
no.
I got scared a little bit. I had to tighten up.
All right, y'all. Here is the next one. This is spoken word from spoken word category.
Oh.
Oh, Gemini.
Gemini got it.
Take that one. Thank you, Gemini. I needed that because I was sitting here going, "What in the world is that?"
All right.
But I appreciate
So
that.
Gemini you both get a point right there. Both of you gonna get that point.
Okay,
All right.
Gemini, you need to slide in my DM, bro.
Here is your next one, and this is a movie.
Black Panther.
She got it.
Very nice, very nice. It was coming together, but it took me a second. But I was definitely seeing it.
Now, this word here has to do with love and relationship. There you go.
Reciprocity.
You got it. That was
Aw.
quick, man.
That was quick. That was good.
It's because he's used to giving it. He knows what that's about.
Yeah, that was.
You know what I'm saying? I needed that.
Well done, sir. Here we go. Let's get a couple more of these in here.
Water.
Yes,
Jeez.
sir.
I don't even think I've seen the word yet.
All right, here we go.
Tablet.
Oh my gosh.
And this one might be a bit challenging. It's a 2-part word. And let me see here. And then I think maybe we'll do 1 or 2 more. Here you go.
Working out?
She got it. Yep. Nice. Nice.
I had out. I was trying to figure it out.
Nice. Okay. 1 more.
Keep hope alive? No.
That's a good guess.
Talk on the phone.
Yep. Talk on the phone. You got
She
it.
is a problem. She is a problem.
That was your
with these multiple words. With these multiple words, she's a problem. With these one words, I can get
those one words. You got me. I don't even know what happens to my brain, but I can't do it.
You guys are absolutely dope. What is that? What is that? What was that?
boy.
Yeah, that's a whole boy moment. Because
I know like a good laugh.
it was kind of creepy. It was kind of creepy.
It was a little bit.
Yeah, but it's not that kind of moment right now. It is a time to clap and congratulate these dope poets at play for a very, very well played game. Honestly, I have to say this was one of the best games that I've had the pleasure of hosting. Y'all came to play. You turned up for the fun, for the vibe, and it was really, really a blast. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I appreciated that. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
of course, it's my absolute pleasure, and I hope I can have you back on the show down the road. And I started thinking big, like my mind started going, and I'm like, oh man, what if this was a tournament, right? What if this was like a season tournament or something like that, and I can bring back the winners, you know what I mean? Like something, and just like have a real ball and a fun time, because man, that's what it's about at the end of the day. So it could happen. So keep an eye on the DMs, or well, I'll be texting you, Miyana, for that. But it's definitely something in the vision, in the mind that's swirling around there, and I would definitely love and just really be a delight if you guys could come back and revisit the line for something like that when I cross that bridge. Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I want to get some final thoughts, whatever you want to share, anything else that's on your mind, including projects that you have coming up and ways that can stay in touch to the listeners. We'll start with you, Miyana. That's okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Well, to stay in touch, on Instagram, I'm Miyana, MIYANATL. I can drop it in the chat so everybody can see it. I'm expanding Poetry on Peter to a few different cities, so be on the lookout for that. We're finalizing contracts, so that's fun. And I'm working on my third EP right now as we speak. And if you want to listen to it, and if you want to listen to my previous work, I just dropped a link to my first EP, and that'll give you the rest of them as well, if you want to take a listen to some of my studio work, my spoken word.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that link.
Of course.
All right, and the Mass Poet. Anything else you want to share with us? Any final thoughts at all? Where folks can connect with you?
Yeah, this is going to be real quick. This is for everybody who listens afterwards and comes back and listens. Spit poet, breathe fire poet, bleed poet, show us your scars poet, hear the applause poet, hear the oohs, the ahs, snap poet, rinse, wash, repeat, inspire me poet, bring the heat, the blood of the better, can't you see the sharks circling? They hungry poet, we promise them poets, poet go off. Give us your vulnerability, your deep dark. Step behind the mic, your Clark Kent. Show us the S on your chest. Save us, poet. Give it your best. Bless us, poet. Can't you see we need a blessing? Give us your words, your similes, your metaphors, your personifications, your alliterations. Repeat yourself, poet. Rewind. Go back, poet. Go black, poet. Pour yourself, poet. Drown us, saturate us in satire. Enjam us with enjambments, paint us a picture with images, hyperboles. What's that sound, poet? Smack us with onomatopoeia and reframes. Razzle dazzle us with wicked wordplay. Tease us, poet. Come out to play. Slay us, poet, because poetry is for the people. Don't we be preaching without a word? Don't we be preaching without a steeple? And you come for our words. Don't we be offering ourselves as oblations? Burning as Moses' bush, gushing as rams caught in thick as gush. After all, who wants to sacrifice is still alive. We be bred, breaking our bodies for these lines. Ain't they always right on time? Did I deliver that chill? That shiver, silver lining, slivers of hope, gave you a little rope, dangling carrots, dropping jewels, nuggets. Can't you travel a little more further? Didn't I inspire? Bring the heat, the fire. Didn't I tell you why the cage bird sings, where the sidewalk ends, about the hills we climb? Aren't we inaugural? Integral, embedded in the fabric, quilted in humanity. Don't we come from our walks? Don't we be talking our talk on our words? Upon statues of liberty quoted by Barack, hard to walk back. Haven't we declared war? Aren't we written in folklore across the shores, past the test of times, past lifetimes? Again, I say poetry is for the people. Make sure you think a poet as you would a preacher. And whatever you do, poet, and whatever you do, poet, and whatever you do, poet, keep writing. Keep pushing your pen, untightening the noose, letting these rounds loose, getting free, poeting, pontificating without hesitation. We need your words. We need your words. We need your words. Poet, we need your words. And so anybody who listens, I want them to understand to keep writing, keep doing what you do. I just want to inspire and encourage every poet out there. Again, you can follow me at The Masked Poet on IG. You can slide in my DM for a book, Greater Is He, and there are other works on the way. And again, Laquella, I appreciate the opportunity to, you know what I'm saying, to be on your platform and just to be able to, you know, just to be able to dialogue with, you know, other dope artists and make that connection. Also, I will tell you this, that I just recently retired from the Army, so I'm currently stationed in Little Rock, Arkansas, but it is my goal to be in the great ATL in January. So I will be looking you up and checking out, your platforms and seeing what's going on there. So I'm definitely excited about that.
That is awesome. I love bringing poets together, and it's an honor. It really, really is an honor to do what I do. It's a lot of love that comes back to me for doing this. Thank y'all again for just taking a chance with me, trusting me and my platform. I appreciate everything that you had to share. And again, I just hope that you had a good time. I really hope that you had fun. It sounded like it. And thank you for chilling with us as always. I did have, we have a few more minutes. So I like how he slipped that piece in there, the Masked Poet, because I think Miyana, and it'd be lovely if she has another little something can leave us with. That would be a delight, because we got to hear one piece, but I'd like to hear another one.
And we got a lady in here, so I can switch it up a little bit.
Yes, so welcome, Lady Rebecca.
Okay, this is Purple Rain. I told him every time he sees a tree, he should think of me. How I give you life, feed you air so peacefully, I give him every piece of me. I think, well, if it's meant to be, then I should let him see some of me. Shadow dance in the room, I'm even hypnotizing me. Rocking to the beat, I'm even satisfying me. I know it can't be easy loving me. A confused queen, a work machine, the kind of person that won't even sleep if life isn't functioning perfectly. But just rock me to sleep. Catch me when I get shaky, wobbly, my knees are weak. I'm tired of playing hide and seek, thinking that nobody is meant for me. Trying to catch a peek of other people's love because I'm scared to see ecstasy, edge of your seat, you get the best of me. Waking up, back to sleep, wake up to make sure you're next to me, that's called anxiety. I told him every time he feels a ting, he should think of me. Tingling your spine, that sparkling your mind is all of me. So hard to give you all of me, what you get is what you see, just ignore me when I'm being hard to please. Keep my mind at ease, it's so hard being me. I can give you a piece of me, I have no peace, you see. I need to get it now, I'm impatient, baby. Every time you see a clock, you should think of me. Running through your mind, running out of time is plain to see. So plain to me what we could be, what I could be. About time you quit playing with me. Because I'm a Black queen, and I mean everything to you and to we. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you.
Salute, Black Queen.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Yes, we love when our queens shine, and we absolutely love when our brothers shine as well. We are one, and that's what it is at the end of the day. It was such a delight having both of these dope poets here today to celebrate them and just to celebrate poetry. So thank you for that. I started doing this with the last episode where I want a line from each of the guests, if you'd be so generous, with the theme being collaboration. So you're going to just give me one line that's around collaboration for the poem. And the poem started last episode, and the first line is, it came from, the first guest was Rashawn D. Poet, and then after that was Squad Roll Star, which was a member of the group, and Squad Roll Tony. So this is how it went. The lines we make together will last forever. collaborate to elevate, and collaborate to congratulate. So I'm going to ask both of you to add a line for me to this. And again, the theme is collaboration. Start with you, Miyana.
So we're adding on to that, not necessarily using the word collaboration.
Yeah, not necessarily using the word collaboration.
Okay, can you repeat the line one more time? For me?
The lines we make together will last forever. Collaborate to elevate. Collaborate to congratulate. And I'll put them right here as well.
Okay, I got you. The lines we make together will last forever. Collaborate to elevate. Collaborate to congratulate. I don't know if this is too long, but
no. Go ahead.
Spread more love and not hate, and that'll lead our people to heaven's gate.
Yeah, my keyboard's going because I'm making sure I type that. Got it. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. And the mass poet, you're gonna unveil for us.
So say her line one more time.
Sure. Let me put them together. She said, spread more love and not hate, and that will lead our people to heaven's gate.
It takes more than two to leave these lines behind.
It takes more than two to leave these lines behind.
Yes.
Ain't that a fact? All right. So let me put them together real quick here and post it in the chat. Let's get a quick read. And thank you guys for doing that. I really appreciate it. At the end of this season, there's going to be one giant poem, and I'll share it with everybody. It'll be like, like that collective, something beautiful. I don't know. We'll see. A little piece of everybody in it that came through and made the season what it was. So that's the idea. So here it is. Here. Lines we make together will last forever. Collaborate to elevate, collaborate to congratulate, spread more love and not hate, and that will lead our people to heaven's gate. It takes more than two to leave these lines behind. And it could continue with a rhyme, but that's if I decide to add a line. I might do it or not. I don't know. Let's stop.
Yeah, you feeling inspired, so you might as well go ahead. You might as well go ahead and do it. I can hear the inspiration, so you might as well just go ahead and do it.
I think I will. Off the air. I'm gonna add something, but thank y'all. It's right. It's so far it's coming together with just the guests, but I might get in there if I feel it. I will add a little something in there. Yeah.
Very cool.
All right.
Very good.
So as we wrap up, once again, everybody, thank y'all so much for the love and support. Appreciate it. You can email the podpoetslounge at gmail.com for everything, and come vibe live Sunday, December 26th with author and poet Denise Garrison alongside Justin Patton. And thanks again for blessing the space to our poets here. Shout out one more time to them. Give it up. Give it up. It was an absolute pleasure having you on the show, evidenced by the smile on my face. Stay safe, stay positive, and take good care. Peace. Peace, y'all.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.